Hi friends, welcome to Code Your Passion. If you are a fresher or if you are someone who wants to create an effective and beautiful resume with free of cost but don't know where to start or how to start, then this video is for you. Please watch till the end to have better understanding on this thing. And also in this video I have shared some sample resume that has selected for Microsoft and also for Cisco for internship opportunities. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, so for creating an effective resume, the main rule that should taken care is the resume should, for a fresher or if you are a someone with 3 to 4 years experience guy, then the resume size should be only one page resume. You should create only one page resume. So in this video I have shared that sample. I've created a demo resume also with only one page size, so you can follow this video to have the better understanding on this thing. Okay, so before we start, let's see what all points you should keep ready if you before you start creating your resume. Okay, so you should have this handy. These steps, all the steps whatever I have mentioned in this presentation, you should keep them handy so that while you sit creating your resume, that would be easy for you. Okay, in personal information, take a notepad and make this data ready so that you can directly copy paste into your template which I'm showing it. It's not a template, it's a site, free site from where we can create our resume. Okay, I will show it in some time. So firstly we need personal information, email, mobile number, city and your country, and your LinkedIn ID mainly. You need to have some about me point which will be your professional summary. It should contain 3 to 4 points. If you are taking 4 points, then in that 4 points, 3 points should be something related to technical and 1 point should point to your soft skills that you have. Okay, so I have mentioned some examples like organized, top performer and a goal driven individual with strong technical and communication abilities, well versed with web development tools and strategies. Similarly, the other point, excellent understanding of data structures and algorithms, OOPS, object oriented programming, cloud computing using GCP, an avid learner and adapter of new technologies with good analytics and problem solving skills. Okay, so if you are having some lead code profile or some different coding platform profiles, then you can mention in this way: verify my badges, learning badges at, or verify my coding skills at so and so URL. Okay. Now a trick for them who are struggling to create some sentences professionally, or some word formations are not possible, so who are bit lagging in English. For them, a small trick, if you are struggling how to create this thing and everything. Now, other than experience, these are something that are really important, training and certifications. What I will suggest is to do at least one or two certifications which are really valid, like Google Cloud certification or Azure Cloud. Any one cloud certification I would suggest, and the other one from, if you are from college, NPTEL. You have some free learning sources, right? Like NPTEL certifications are some valid certifications, Coursera certifications or Udemy certifications. If you are not having anything, at least suggest to have one certification, minimum one certification. So you can go to Udemy. Those certificates are very simple to achieve. Generally, you can do it very fast within a time of 10-15 days. You can complete. But what I will suggest is to take time and learn. Certifications, having certification does not make you get selected, but at least it will make your resume to get selected. Okay, awards and participation, if you have received any awards, if you have participated any national level competitions or college level competitions, you can mention, and at last declaration sections. Okay, important links. Now the main part, how we are going to create this thing. We are using this Sri resume portal, which is a very good site for creation of resumes. Okay, I will open this separately now. Generally I can show you where which one I will prefer. This portal I prefer to create my resume. Okay, this is very simple and easy site where you can create your own resume with free of cost. Okay, So if you are a new user, this will be the site you will be seeing. So start your resume or user login, click on user login. I think it already logged me in. Let me try sign up. So once you are in login page, you can see two options. One to create an account, other one if you are already a member, you can log in here with your credentials and everything. So I'm already there, so I'm trying to sign in. You can sign up here. Okay. Now once you are at home page, you will see the resume options. Okay. I have these many resumes created for different purposes. So one demo, you can have create new resume. So this is the demo resume which I'm talking about. Okay. Generally, if you see initially your experience level in intern, you can mention intern, the information field wherever you are having business analyst and everything, and save this thing. Now you should enter your first names, last name. So the flexibility here is you just need to enter in your these check boxes, these text boxes that are available. So once you fill these details, it will help us in, it will create the template and it will allow us to download freely. Okay. So whatever you want, you can fill everything here. I don't suggest to fill the entire address, but you can fill your city. Okay, if to show the entire address, you need to check this checkbox, but I don't suggest to show you the entire address because we are having only one page resume. Don't fill it with some unnecessary details. Email id and gmail mobile number, and then your linkedin id here. Okay, if you don't want to print in your linkedin id, you can check this box, it will not print it. Okay, once you have this, click on next. There are, this is completely free site only for those things. Generally what I will suggest is, if you're having saying, see, there is some dot, there are some blessing sites. If you want those, then you need to take some subscription. If you don't want anything like blessing sites, you can use the remaining things for completely free. Okay, and I feel for a fresher level, these blessings are not that required, but if you still want, you can take it. But to create it completely free, what I will suggest is to go with this normal uh, free subscription that is available for anyone. Okay, now if you are applying for software developer position, and the profile description and summary whatever I have mentioned, right, generally you can go to here, and generally as an example I'm showed you, right, you can copy it from here like this. But you, I don't suggest to copy and paste the same one. So this way. Okay, once this is done, you need to bold some highlighted points, like highlighted words. Now if you want interviewer to highlight on this thing, you are very good in data structures and algorithm, and if you want interviewer to ask the questions on this thing, highlight such points, like, see, data structures and algorithms, cloud computing, GCP, this way. So try highlighting at least one word from a line, so that it will gather the attention of the interviewer or the any HR reviewing your this thing. Okay, use this inbuilt suggestions whichever you have. Okay, in this way, an avid learner and adapter of new technologies, good problem solving skills, like this way. You can highlight anything, that whatever your strength, you try to highlight that point. Okay, in this way you need to do. Okay, once it is done, save. Just 1 second. Save it, and then move on to the other section. Now if you see, this is a premium blessing section, and if you want this section, then you need to take a subscription. Okay, but for now we are discussing on only the free things, so I, you can go ahead next. This is not that required also. Go to next. So now skills. See, now here you have options to divide that skill section into multiple parts generally. So click on columns and you can divide it into multiple parts. So if you have want this, see like this, whatever skills I have mentioned, if you want them to separate like this, the programming in one column and the database skills on the another column, you can do like this. Copy this thing and come to here, paste it here. Now you need to highlight it as this thing. So this one and this one you highlight it, okay, so that makes some difference. Saying this is an heading, this is something that is the value, which of the programming languages I know, this are the, for the other column you can copy the other like technologies and this thing and paste it here, and again you can highlight this here and this one you can highlight it, or else you can try adding bullet points also like this, each one in the bullet point. Here if you click on enter, it will bring it to a different bullet point like this you can do, okay. What I will suggest is to go ahead with the two columns now rather than three every time. You can go ahead with two columns, that will be nice, because the template that we'll be choosing is anyways two column template. So rather than going into multiple columns, then select two columns, which should be fine, okay. See, in this programming languages, the other one also you can paste it here like this. So for example, I pasted the same, you can take it from the other one like id tools, familiar with. In familiar with, what you should mention in familiar with, you should mention such things which are, you are not that efficient, but you can manage something on that thing. If someone asks you to learn and do, you will be able to do that thing. So you can mention such things, okay. Now once this is done, save this. I should select only two columns. I will keep it this also, this one, okay. Save it. Now education details, your school name, anything like my ABC, my college is Siddhartha Engineering College, like this. You can mention anything, the board, whichever board it is for. It is for JNTU. I'm from JNTU background. What is this? It's Bachelor of Technology, so I'm Bachelor of Engineering or Technology, Electronics and Communication or Information Technology, anything, but I'm from EC background. So yeah, now here the status. Now if someone is completing, is still not completed, you should select your pursuing, okay, and then you update your date from joining date. When did you join that particular college, okay. So you can save it here like Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, or anything else like Hyderabad, Hyderabad, okay. Hyderabad, now it went to Telangana, okay. You can mention like that. Perceiving, here you can mention the CGPA part. CGPA is something like this one. If you don't want to print your marks on your resume, then check this box. And division, if you don't want to print division, I don't require. I will not suggest you to print your division, but you can print your marks, which will help interviewer to understand on your education background also, okay. So add another school, you can add some inter school, anything inter school, here intermediate or anything like here also XYZ, and state you can select any state, Andhra Pradesh, and here intermediate, and here you can also mention intermediate or MPC, max physics chemistry, you can mention MPC. If you are completed, I hope you will be completed this thing, so you can mention when did you completed this thing. It might be in March or April 2022. So you can select this year and you can click on this thing and you can update your marks like 90 percentage, and division this one, and division do not print on your resume. Similarly you can do it for your SSC also, okay. Once done, save it, okay. Now coming to your important section, which is your work experience, okay. Company name, as you are a fresher and you don't have any company, you can mention your college name here. Mine is Siddhartha Engineering College, and the position is something like developer. You can, oh, student, you can mention it as student. And India and city, you can mention your city name, whatever it's a city, and you can select your state. When did you join that college, you can mention that one. And if you are still a member of your college, then you can mention I'm still working here. And here what you should add, you, as I have shown you in the presentation, you should add your experience, project experience. What I said, if you don't have any of your project experience, refer some YouTube channels, select some project, and you can paste the same. But I will strongly suggest you to do this project before you sit for interview. Okay, that can help you to select your resume, but that will not make you select in the interview. So this one, underline, and details and learning, build and underline. So similarly here also, the stacks that are very good, you can mention, bold them, so that the interviewer can directly know which all things you worked on and everything like this. This was an e-commerce website. You can highlight this, you can highlight the project name also if you want to show it as a heading separately. This one is handled for authentication, individual login credentials. For application, how do you handle your authentication and everything? uh, During the course, I had an opportunity to explore different web development frameworks. These I have mentioned, if you have observed, I have given some very generic points that can be used on any project during the course of development. If you are doing the app development or AI ML development or web development, it doesn't matter. You can add this point also. You got an opportunity to explore different, but remember, the question will come, what all are the different web development frameworks which you explored during the development? So be prepared for that question. So you will get that question in that way. Okay, now once you have added, save this. And then this is internship experience, and it's again a blessing section. For the one who wanted it for free, please don't concentrate on blessing section, just click on next. Okay, and trainings and certifications. If you are doing some programming essentials, these are something that I already done it, something where the completed year, you can mention anything in the sense, whatever you have done, you mention those things. Okay, and I strongly suggest to have at least two, if not one, minimum one certification, so that you can, your resume will be bit strong. Okay, Java, just I'm mentioning that, nothing like LinkedIn learning, anything. Status is completed, year is 2022. Okay, minimum, at max, at an average of two certifications, training and certifications, I will suggest you to have. Awards and honors is blessing section, but as I mentioned, we need awards and honors needs to be added in our thing. But how you are going to add, if you want a free one, that I will be showing you. You can move to the next section because it's a blessing section. We can move it to next. This professional affiliations is also a blessing section, we don't need it right now. Projects is also a blessing section, it's also not required. See here, you can see directly whichever section you want to go. Instead of clicking on next and going, you can select from here. If you want to mention your computer proficiency, like if you know Windows operating system, Windows, then you can mention here advanced. Then if you know Linux operating system, different operating systems here. And if you want to update on some softwares like Visual Studio Code, if you can mention here. And if you don't want the proficiency to be shown in your resume, you can check this part and click on save. Okay, here this is a blessing section, we don't need it right now. Languages you can mention just to check whether it's whatever language you are having, Hindi, English, Telugu, anything like that. Okay, you can add your languages. For now I'm mentioning English. I am basically from Andhra Pradesh, so I'm aware of Telugu also, but Hindi also I mean, and Telugu also. Okay. And proficiency, I don't think we need to show it on your resume, not required. Okay. Now coming to your uh, personal information. Okay. Click on personal information. You can have your date of birth, everything. Okay. And you can show it here. Mine is August 17, 1999. Where is it? Okay. In this way, gender male, marital status single, father name, and everything you can mention. Okay. And you can save it here. Now just to check how, what is the template that got created. Yeah, okay, before that, one last section I will explain. This is your personal interest section. Here you can mention your awards. How you can mention is, you can write a subheading like this: awards uh, and participations, like this. And you can select this, you can bold, you can click on this one, and you can want, firstly try to focus on some high level awards like national level competitions or any international level coding challenges, like that. So you can mention that won so and so prize, so won first prize in the Amazon coding challenge, like that. Anything you can mention. If you don't have anything, you can mention you participated in the events held, any science events. You should mention which event you participated. Science event held in college, or intra level or inter level colleges, everything like that. And you can say this thing. This don't need to be highlighted or bolded, so I will come back and I will remove that thing in personal interests. Okay. Come on, these 2 points are bolded and highlighted. I will stop, underline, underline, remove the underline and bold. This is something that can be removed, and this is something I need to highlight here also. Whatever Amazon coding challenge and science event, like this. Not help, it should be hide. Okay. Save. Okay, now in declarations, next I think only declaration section is left. We covered all the other sections, so you can come to declaration and you can mention this one, the first name, last name, and the date. I think you keep it as no date so that you can use the same resume whenever you want. If you are adding date, the date will get printed on the bottom of your resume, so that every time you will be required to change your date. So save it. Apart from that, everything you need, you can add your photo, anything, uh, that based on the size, but it will increase the sizes, but you can add it like this. So see, now once we are done, view resume and customize preview, click on preview, you will get your resume like this. This is your resume that is available. Okay. Now if you see, adding some unnecessary changes, it is increasing, it is moving to second page generally. Okay, we need to adjust it only to one page. So, and also secondly, our work experience should be on the above our education. So coming where you came, in view resume and customize change section order, you can drag this down to work experience. And I don't need computer proficiency. If you have that, if you really want to update that computer proficiency, then you can update it in the skill section only. And also languages is something everyone is required to have in English at least. so that you can communicate in project level. So just for saving the space, I'm removing the languages also. Okay, now save changes and still see the customize edit review preview. Okay, this way you can see this thing. Now still there is something that is still crossing it, so for that reason you can reduce the line height and you can reduce the font size to 4 and save it. Okay, now if you want to change this template, click on change template that is available here, and you will see lot of templates that are available, and select whatever you want, but make sure that should be two column one. I will suggest, because having two column one, it will save your space and it will limit it to one page. So this way you can have it to this one, first name last name, and if you want to download, you can download. What I always use this confidence one. This is that template, bold confidence. It looks good to me. That is my personal choice. You can have your own template by changing the template and everything. Select. Now to download it, resume.pdf in mainly I will suggest it to download it in PDF only. If any changes, come back to this site and change it again and again. Okay, you can do it in there and click on download. You will get your resume downloaded. Okay, it is that simple. There is nothing charged in this thing. Okay, you can have it. For any doubts if you are having, you can feel free to reach me out through comments, or I already mentioned my email ID here. I will attach this document at bottom. Okay, in the comments also I will have the link to access this document. If any doubts, you can reach me out here. I will be really happy to help you and guide you on your further things. Nothing is chargeable, it's totally free of cost. Okay, so please don't hesitate to reach out. And finally, thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Bye bye. Please like and subscribe this video, subscribe this channel. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Bye bye. Hi team. Due to some network glitch, there was some important points those go missed in between. So adding those now. So for skills section, what I suggest is to have it in this way. Divide them into programming language. Programming language is any programming language that you are proficient with or that you have hands-on skills with. Database, that can be either any database, MySQL Server, or NoSQL, NoDB. Technologies, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, IDE tools, GitHub, Visual Studio Code. If you are using Java developer, then Eclipse, anything familiar with is something that you are not used to working on that, but you are good, you have some understanding on that technology. So like clouds, you should mention at least one cloud technology in your skills, definitely, whether it might be Azure or AWS. Okay, so if someone is not having any of the skills, try start learning these things. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, hardly take a month time to cover it up. Any programming language is really must for this thing. Okay, okay, then experience. What in experience section I would suggest is to have minimum one project, maximum two good projects. If you are having at least one good project, it should be fine. So if no one is having, if someone is having no projects, then what I will suggest is to go through YouTube. Have those things. Generally there are lot many projects available, so select one that you feel good. Don't complete it. Before completing, what I will suggest is try to learn what all technology stacks that are being used in that thing, and what is the motive of that project, and update it here and update it in your resume. Once your resume is created, once it is updated in some applied for one internship, then you come back and you prepare that project and be ready for your project until the time you get that interview call, or till the time your resume gets shortlisted. Okay, so that can be done parallelly. Okay, so in projects you need project name, technology stacks as any technology stacks that are being used in that project. So in this I'm mentioning like this MERN stack. This is mainly technologies that are being used. What that project is doing, it's an e-commerce website, developed a responsive UI, handle user authentications in this way. during the course of development, I have opportunity to work with different technologies like this. Okay.